Everybody's got an opinion. Every Californian and Virginian. It's so hard to tell who to trust and who to ignore. Someone's gotta settle the score. Trey and Chelsey will help you choose whose views win, which ones lose. Online haters are coming for you. Baby, it's time to review the review.
Hello.
Hi. Oh my gosh. Welcome to Review That Review, the podcast dedicated to reviewing
Reviews. We're just like Siskel and Ebert, only instead of reviewing cinematic masterpieces, we rate and review those hilarious, scathing, and sometimes suspicious online reviews. I have to stop. I'm sorry.
I was wondering what was going on.
It's echoing.
Oh.
It's really bad.
Oh, do you have to check the thing on the QuickTime?
What? Oh.
Or like muted on QuickTime? You know how it'll like play it back to you like a millisecond late on if it's not muted?
Oh, yes.
Is that what it is?
Let me talk now. Oh my God. Yes. Sorry. That was terrible. Okay.
No.
I was like, I can't talk.
I was like, what's going on over there? Something's happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Let's just say hi again.
Okay. Hi.
Hi, Chelsey. Hello, everyone, all of you listeners. Welcome to Review That Review, the podcast dedicated to reviewing.
I'm not going to yes and that. Is that bad? Reviews. I don't know what that was. I thought it was Angela at first, and then it changed to like Julie Andrews.
Oh my God. I don't even know how I don't know why my voice went there, but I followed it. And I remember Angela, RIP. Okay. Anyway.
Oh, Angela. Anyway, we're just like Siskel and Ebert, only instead of reviewing cinematic masterpieces, we rate and review those hilarious, scathing, and sometimes suspicious online reviews.
That's Chelsey Donn.
And that's Trey Gerrald.
And together, we are your trusty...
The Review Queens.
I can't set her up thinking
What?
she's going to change. I said, we are your trusty. And she says, the Review Queen. Like, I can't set her up.
Oh, you can't to say Review Queens.
Whatever. Who cares? How's your crown today, Tracy?
Oh, Che.
It's never going to get old. I am so obsessed with that. Literally, a listener came up with that.
Love you. Anyway, my crown's good. It feels like a little bit obstructed by I'm wearing headphones for the first time, which is a strange experience for me. Like, I feel
especially
like
with that top knot. I think that's adding
the top
sensation.
knot. Like I'm like not sure if the headphones need to go in front of the top knot or behind it. I sort of feel like I'm like recording a song in a booth or doing ADR or something like that. So I'll get used to it. But anyway, my crown is permanently affixed to my head.
You have a lot on your head today.
I do. There's a lot happening. There's many things to coordinate. I got blue light glasses. I got a top knot. I got some headphones and a crown, allegedly. So just so many things to negotiate. How are you doing? How's your week been, Trey?
Good. I'm good. My week's good. Yeah. How was your week?
Wow.
I'm trying to think.
Sounds good from all the elaborate details you just gave us. I imagine it was a great week.
I don't really know. I don't really have anything interesting.
That's fine. Sometimes it's just a week. Sometimes I don't even remember what happened yesterday, and that's okay.
I really do notice as I get older, like my short-term memory is less and less. Like I really am sort of like, what even have I been doing?
I know. It's sad. But I feel you.
What about you?
My week was good. You know, I'm still getting used to the puppy, Goldie. I had a friend come over last night to meet Goldie, which was really nice. And I love this friend so much because she's like just brutally honest in a way that is extremely refreshing. And she's also my friend that I always go to for skincare advice. So we were like, you know, catching up yesterday and I was just like, you know, I feel like the under eye circle situation has been really bad. Like, can you give me some info on like what I could possibly do? It feels like puffy and dark and whatever. And she was like, can I be honest with you? And I was like, yeah, of course, please. And she's like, how much water are you drinking? And I was like, not very much. She's like, you're extremely dehydrated. I could tell from like the second that I saw you. And there's no eye cream that's going to be able to fix that. You just need to drink some water. And I was like, you're right. And I appreciate that.
Well, yeah, because that's really what's going on. And
Yeah.
it's not about making a buck.
Well, I mean, first of all, she's not getting commission on this. She's just like she's like the equivalent of my friend Steph, who's my doctor friend. Like whenever there's anything medically going wrong with me, my dog, my parents, my sister, like a friend, I'm going to bother Steph. And this friend is the same with skincare. So like she's giving free advice to me on the regular. So I appreciate the honesty.
Dehydration is a real thing.
It is. And I'm not good at drinking water. And sometimes you need a little slap on the wrist.
Well, I'm glad that she slapped your wrist. You need to drink your water, Chelsey.
It's true. I just realized I don't even have water right now, which is what's wrong with me.
Well, I have this like 32-ounce cup with
I know
always.
You're very good at drinking water.
Oh, thank you. That means so much.
You are.
Well, I'm glad that we're connecting about water. I'm glad that your friend is highlighting the importance. You know, I have to remind my nephew a lot to drink water.
Okay, you can add me to the list, like when you remind your nephew. Just figure you're probably gonna have to remind me too.
Should you go get water right now?
I should probably, right?
No, our listeners are more important. Is there anything? Do you want to share anything that's making you very angry?
Yeah, I do actually.
Lodge a complaint.
Yeah, I'd like to lodge a complaint. Now, I'd like to lodge a complaint against Netflix, and it's not for what you think. I understand. I love Netflix. I spend a lot of time on there. Okay. Netflix is great. Just like, don't come at me. Okay. I love you, Netflix. I like desperately want to be on a show or a movie that's on you. I love you. However, let's just talk about it for a second. When I turn on Netflix, okay.
Oh, no,
I don't know why. I don't know when this started, and I don't know why they did it. But there's this like loud, obnoxious sound. Da-da-da! Like it's like this, like yours.
Dung, dung. It's like the Netflix logo sound.
It is so obnoxious. It doesn't matter if my TV volume is at like 10 or if it's at like 70. No matter what, it is so loud every single time it happens. Well, first of all, like it doesn't happen every time, but there's no way to turn it off. I've looked into this. I've gone like online, like I've like done research, and I cannot find any way to turn this off. Every time it happens, it scares me. Now it scares Goldie. It's just like, it's too much. And I get it. Like, I want you to have your little like opening moment sound. I think you deserve that. But like, can we just control the volume, please?
That's a great point. I thought you were going to talk about how they autoplay their trailers, and that makes me so
that
annoyed.
Too. That's annoying too. And then just like this is like more of a general thing, like not necessarily just against Netflix, but do you know how like when you're watching a movie and then like you have it on a nice volume, you're enjoying it, like it's a good experience, and then all of a sudden like a song comes on or like something happens in the movie and it's like so loud, like for no reason. It's just like, I don't know what happened to the sound mixing, or if this is like a theatrical to streaming issue, but like it is not consistent. And without a doubt, like anytime that happens, I feel like if I'm like at home with my mom, she's like, make that lower, like it's too loud. And or like if I'm with my friends, they'll be like, it's too loud, like make the TV lower. And it's like, I understand. I haven't changed anything. You've been watching this movie for the past like 45 minutes, completely fine with the volume of the movie. Like it's not my fault that this, you know, whatever, that the sound mixing was off. So
that I've noticed that with YouTube, like whenever it goes to an ad, the ad volume is always slightly higher.
Yeah,
which just means that like we're being withheld from a certain decibel point so that ads can be louder. Like I was literally thinking about this 2 days ago. That's upsetting.
No, my watch has this thing where it like tells me when the decibels are like dangerously high.
Yes.
And every time that Netflix things goes on, it comes on. I'm just like, this isn't right. Like
You need to reach out to Netflix.
I'm injuring myself. Netflix, I love you and everything that you do. And like, let's just fix this so that we can get our relationship back on track. Okay.
Hilarious. I'm sorry you're dealing with that.
Thanks, Trey. Do you have a complaint you want to lodge?
Yes, similar vein here.
Yeah.
Today I want to lodge a complaint against passwords.
Yeah.
Have you noticed how now all of these websites and interfaces, they have demands at you for what your passwords should include?
Yeah.
That is so rude. Don't tell me I need a capital letter and a special character. There's only like 7. What is it? I guess you could use like a one of the end parentheses, but like there's 8 special characters humans can choose from. Okay, well now I'm seeing like maybe you could do brackets or like that weird wiggle thing. Whatever. The point is like it's so obnoxious to me that you're going to dictate that I have to add this crap that I'm never going to remember. Also, like everything has a password now. And I have like a Mac world. So like I can just do like my fingerprint and like my MacBook Pro will like log me in. So I don't even remember my passwords anymore.
Right.
And I used to always have the same password. And then it was like, no, I even have like an interface for work that makes you change your password every 2 months.
Yeah.
And so I literally just have like in my note, well, here we go. Now everyone can break into my life. But in my notes, I have to write down because it's like every 2 months I have to change about can't ever remember. It's so obnoxious to me. And like, don't even get me started when you start to make a password. And now my Apple computer recommends a strong password. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, well, I've been doing that lately. And I don't know if that's a mistake, but I just use the strong password because like, then I'm like, it's going to remember my face. It's going to remember the strong password. And then I don't have to like think about it or like,
but what if you're not on your personal device? How will you ever remember that password?
I guess I'm screwed.
See, I just don't understand. Even my sister-in-law, she had an app that like encrypted and kept your passwords.
Yes.
And then they did an update and now you can't access the old password. So she doesn't remember any of her, like that's a whole other thing. If she should call it and leave that as a complaint. But like, I'm just so sick of passwords. My whole life is consumed with passwords. Like,
agree.
It's just so obnoxious to me.
Yeah. The amount of like mental space that the passwords have to take up, there's got to be a better way. I mean, it's weird. It's like, I don't want the whole fingerprint and like eye retina thing for everything. Cause a part of that feels sort of sci-fi, but also a part of it feels necessary. Cause I can't remember this many things.
But like, also like I'm 35. My parents are in their 70s and they can't remember like any password.
Oh, yeah.
And then I am the child that's trying to help them because I understand there's a learning curve, but it's like, I can't help you reset your Apple passcode 9 more times. Like at some point we're going to get locked out. Like I can't even remember my passwords. How am I going to like be upset at my 70-year-old parents for not knowing that? Anyway, passwords are just too much. Too much.
Oh, totally agree. Great complaint, Trey.
Thank you. Do you need to get water? I
think I should. I'm going to go get water. BRB.
Well, I'll take this opportunity while Chelsey's getting water to tell a joke. Knock, knock. Who's there? Chelsey's back already. That was really fast. I thought you were gonna go to the kitchen.
Oh, no. I like, that's the thing is I have like a little mini fridge in my room. I have my like vitamin water zeros here, which I know is not water, but don't come at me. Okay. Is that
like, what you're drinking right now?
Maybe. There's no sugar. It's water.
All right. Well, it's your body.
Okay. I'll work on it. Okay.
I'm not going to tell you what to do with your body. That's not my place.
I'll order us some review water bottles and I'll get better.
Oh, I would love that.
Okay.
All right. So enough about the water, enough about us complaining. Why don't we take a little time to investigate some online written reviews? How do you feel about that, Chelsey?
I got my magnifying glass ready. I'm
Ooh.
I'm ready to go. Okay. As you know, we are your trusty review queens. So each week we bring in a review from the internet that we feel needs to be inspected.
We read you the review, we break it down, we rate the impact of the review on our trusty scale of 1 to 5 crowns. It's a very regal process that Chelsey, Donn, and Trey Gerrald like to call
Assess that kvetch.
And you all know at this point, kvetch means complaint.
And if you don't know, now you know. Okay, who's first today?
Me!
Yay, Trey's first. Okay, I can't believe this is episode 11 already. Wow, crazy. Okay, take it away, review queen.
Thank you. All right. Today,
Yes.
I'm gonna actually open this on my computer rather than so I can zoom. Okay. All right. Okay, so today I have a review. Okay, today I have a review from TripAdvisor.
Yes.
Which I'm really into lately. It's just like there's a plethora there. Anyway,
I just think they're very committed on TripAdvisor to their reviews.
I do think there is I think there is something different about someone on TripAdvisor rather than Yelp. I don't know why. I also have this story that Yelp reviewers skew a little older in age, which I don't know if that's true or not, but
that's funny because I would think the opposite.
Oh, really? For some reason, I feel like influencers are on Yelp, but what do I know about influencers? Okay. Anyway. Okay. So today, my 1 dot review from TripAdvisor is written by a user named Adventures W Family.
Ooh, it's like a whole family that's writing this review. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
And this is for the Times Square Walt Disney Store.
Oh, okay.
The subject
we've been coming after Times Square a lot. I appreciate that.
I actually found this review and then I realized it was for the Times Square. But yeah. Okay. So the subject here, worst Disney store. I love writing positive reviews, but have to make exception for this particular Disney store. The employees are poorly trained. The store is chaotic and the customer service is just awful. The first thing our 6-year-old daughter wanted to do after reaching our hotel in New York was visit the Disney store. She loves the Disney store in Chicago and Orlando. And we had mentioned there was one near our hotel in Times Square. This year alone, our family went on a Disney cruise and 3 months later took a Disney World vaca. We love our Disney. We have always had such a positive experience and appreciate the level of customer service we typically experience. That is, until visiting the Disney store at Times Square. Tonight, our daughter left the store in tears, and rightfully so. She was struck in the face by an adult man at the store. No. I could hear and see the impact as she was standing right next to me and holding my hand. Parentheses, it, all caps, had to hurt, in parentheses. I don't doubt it was an accident, but I expected the man to see if she was okay or at least apologize. Instead, he just started to walk away like nothing happened. I leaned down and asked my daughter if she was okay, parentheses, watching her struggle so hard not to cry, end parentheses. And then I stood up and said, hey, you need to be careful. You just hit my daughter in the face really hard. The cast member working upstairs near where we were standing stepped in front of me and said, accidents happen, ... move on. Seriously? My daughter was sobbing, parentheses, BTW. This is a child who does not cry during shots, bike falls, you name it. The cast member, parentheses, you know, the ones who are supposed to be kind and call the little girl's princess, said, move on. I have to think that if I saw this happen to another child, I would be equally disgusted. This cast member should never have been given a job at a store that caters to children. Her tone and body language was that of a bar bouncer, not a Disney employee. In my opinion, the appropriate thing and common sense option would have been to first see if the child was all right and then maybe offer her an ice pack. I told the cast member I would like to speak to the store manager. Needless to say, the cast member never got the store manager for us. They must have incredible turnover at this location. Both times my husband and I asked where a particular product was located, no employee had a clue. To top off the experience, my husband said the cashier decided not to take his coupon because she didn't know how to enter them. This place is the worst.
Review that review.
Oh my God, it's a Karen.
Wow.
So this review introduces, finally here, episode 11, we now have our Karen sound effect.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
Although I don't know how I feel about Karen. I don't know. Chelsey?
I don't know.
How are you feeling?
I wonder if this is a non-Karen manager situation. I feel pretty like this is pretty bad, you know? I feel for Adventures W family. First of all, families that are like very into the whole Disney thing are super into it. So I appreciated that they let us know that like this is their jam as a family. They do the cruises, they go to Disney World, they are really hitting up all the Disney establishments. So they wanted us to know for sure that they're an authority on this subject. And no wonder they had a coupon.
Yeah. Also, I would love to have a Disney coupon. But yes, they're also pointing out like they have a strong, long history of excellent customer service. And truly, Disney customer service is insane. David and I went to Disney World on for our honeymoon. Neither of us are Disney people. It just was like, we didn't want to plan our wedding to begin with, and we didn't want to plan a honeymoon. So like David's really big Disney fanatic, like did the whole thing for us.
Nice.
So we went for 4 days. And as newlyweds, they gave us a big old button that says just engaged. And it's like Cinderella's carriage. And every single person who worked for Disney, as soon as they saw the pin, we would be walking by. Happy anniversary. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Like it's insane, the customer service. Everyone is so happy and nice. So, I mean, that's where Adventures W family is coming from.
Right. And it was like, not only did we not get top-notch, service,
this is child abuse,
but this is child abuse. And then, so the child abuse portion, I'm wondering like how exactly this went down, because I'm sure it was an accident. Like, I don't think that there was just a man in here that was like, let me slap this child up the face. I'm sure it was an accident. So I don't really know the like situation. And also I thought it was like a little bit strange. I was confused for a second because Adventures W spent so much time talking about the staff that worked there. And then they kept referring to the slap as happening from a man. Yeah. And so I was confused for a second. I was like, is this a man that works there that slapped the child? Or is this just a man that was shopping?
Yeah. Because, I mean, even in the beginning of the review, they say the store is chaotic. I mean, it's Times Square.
Exactly.
But I do believe that it was like a customer. I think it was a random customer.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a random customer. It's funny when we have these Times Square reviews, it's like we always have to kind of add that to the mix. Like it's utter and complete chaos. And I'm sure it is a revolving door over there because, it's not an easy place to work.
I mean, who wants to work as a waiter in Times Square, much less retail?
Yeah, retail in Times Square just sounds awful.
Wait, but if you were working at the Disney store in Times Square, and you were nearby and you saw a child get hit in the face. Also, I do have to point out, there's an inconsistency here. At first, And I understand that like maybe the child started crying later, but
Right.
Adventures W begins to clarify that the child was trying not to cry.
Right.
And then we go back to the child who was sobbing.
I get that though, because I feel like
The child had to process the impact.
yeah, the child was processing, and then like when the mom gets involved, and then like all of a sudden this like random cast member is getting involved, I feel like beyond the fact that like it probably hurt, that's overwhelming for a kid. So
True. So
that
wait,
tracked for
if
me.
you were this staff person,
Yeah,
what would your reaction be?
I'm glad you asked. I was thinking about that. Like I feel like it's a strange thing because when I first heard like her response and she was like, you need to be more careful, right? I can imagine that like if like let's say I did that and I didn't realize that I did it for some reason, like we were reaching for the sweatshirt and I overextended. I don't know. Like if I didn't realize that it had happened and then like somebody came at me and they were like, you need to be more careful. Like I feel like, okay, like maybe the cast person felt like I need to both like retain this customer that accidentally hit this person while also maybe like dealing with this situation. But I feel like they didn't deal with the child at all. Like it should have almost been like, hi, like I think it was, if it was me, I probably would have said, hi, I'm so sorry. Like, it seems like we had some sort of a problem here. Like, are you okay? Like, sir, I imagine, you obviously didn't do this on purpose. I know it's crazy in here today. Let me hold your things. Let me help you. Like, I think I would just do something to try to appease the situation and make everybody happy. I also know that when you're at Disney World or Land, like this is sort of embarrassing. I was like, I don't know, probably like 15. And I went to Disney for spring break with my mom and we went on this alien ride and I was terrified. Like, I don't like any of that stuff where it looks like there's a real alien and it's sticky and it's going to touch me.
Oh, I know exactly where you locked into the seats and it's in the center in a tube. Oh my God, that was so terrifying.
It was
they got rid of it.
Yeah, it was awful. So like I left and I was hysterically crying and somebody was there immediately and they like gave me a pin and they were like, we're so sorry. Like, here's a pin, stay and watch the parade. And then like 2 seconds later, it was like, if you have a pin, guess what? You're in the parade. And it was like this whole thing. So it just goes to show, especially like, even if I was, a teenager, embarrassingly enough, but if there was a kid that was crying in the Disney universe, you would think there's something that they could do, or there should be a protocol for like kids crying, like give them a special Mickey sticker, right? Like there's got to be something that we could do.
Yeah. I wonder if there is like different expectations for the store. Obviously I would assume there are, but yeah, it does seem to me that the worker went into like keeping a crisis from happening mode. Right. Like the parent was like, excuse me. And so the worker was like, let me stop this escalation. Right. Rather than sort of being like hey, even
on here.
They even mentioned like, you're supposed to call my daughter a princess, which seems sort of problematic, but yeah, but that is this universe. But I even think like if I had been working there, I would have been like, oh no, did you get hit in the face? Like Cinderella's stepsisters do to her when she's brushing their hair. Like, it's okay. Right. Like you try to you are working at a Disney store. Like you would think that the response would have been more compassionate towards this little child.
I completely agree. I mean, I think there's no doubt in my mind that, that the staff here mismanaged this situation. I believe Adventures W. I don't think that the cast member handled it appropriately.
But like, do you think that this is indicative of Disney stores and themselves? Like, would this keep you from going to this Disney store?
That's what I was about to say. I mean, I think that that's the hard thing with situations like this. Like, I understand, like, I got to put myself in the position of a family because I don't have children, but let's say I was going to go to this Disney store with my niece and nephews. I think what I would immediately consider would be like, guys, like it is going to be crazy in there. Like maybe we go in shifts. Like I'll take Eiler, you take Trey, you take Cher. Like we would like go in with a plan or just go in maybe a couple. I don't know. Like we'd have to figure it out because I'm sure it is insane in there. And it's one of those situations where it's like, watch your child because people are going to be running to get that new, whatever, Pocahontas limited edition something. So I think that in that regard, I might be like, all right, yeah, good to keep in mind that this is Times Square and the store is probably mayhem. Outside of that, like, yeah, I don't know that it would stop me from going.
Yeah, to me, I feel like the big part of this review is like about this other customer that we don't know anything about. And I recognize that like the response from the store employee like was not ideal,
right,
or appropriate. But I think that that's sort of like an interesting circumstance that occurred under this roof. I don't know that it's indicative of the store.
right.
But, I mean,
like
maybe because it is
maybe.
Times Square and it is chaotic, which they say, you know.
Yeah.
But also it ends with this point that like two separate employees did not know where things were. Which
they didn't know where things were. They didn't know where the manager was. They didn't like. I mean, yeah, I think you can expect to have a subpar customer service experience if you go to this location, I'm sure.
I mean, also to not know how to enter the coupon, that is a time when I would be like, look, I am not a Karen, but you need to get your manager. Like, this is a valid coupon. Like, how can you not accept it?
And it sounds like at that point they were just like, I want to get out of here. You know?
Yeah, my baby is crying.
Yeah, that's so sad. I felt so bad for this kid when she was like, just so you know, like my kid doesn't cry when she gets shots or does like, you know, I think she really wanted us to know that she had a strong kid. Because some kids, obviously, like you could bump into them a little bit and they'll start hysterically crying. So I think it was important for Adventures W family to let us know that like they're a tough brood. Is that a thing?
Sure.
Yeah. Is that the word?
Thick skin.
They're a thick-skinned family. And yeah, I don't know. It is hard when we get these reviews that are so specific to this one circumstance to like, you know, zoom out and say, would somebody reading this review that was visiting Times Square, would they say, you know, maybe they would, maybe it is influential because there's a Disney store in like every mall. You know, like maybe if I read this review and I was with my family, I would say, guys, let's skip it. We'll go to the Disney store when we're home.
Yeah, I do wonder if it's going to be more expensive because it's in Times Square.
Right. Yeah.
But then you have a kid and you're trying to like entertain them. Like, it's like, let's just go to the Disney store.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a tough one for me to crown.
There are so many circumstances like this too, where it's like, one employee is getting a terrible review.
Right.
Even though I know
when you're like, especially with the turnover, like who knows if this employee is even there right now.
Right.
And I think that that's what's so hard about this is like, you could go in there. When was this written?
2016.
Okay. I wonder, do you think that they are going to knock down the capacity of some of these stores post-COVID, or you think like it's just free for all now? I mean, I wonder if it will be a little less chaotic.
I have no idea.
Yeah, who knows?
That's crazy.
Yeah. All right. I think I'm ready to crown. How about you?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So Chelsey and I each have our own set of 1 to 5 crown cards, and in an effort to be fair and not influenced by one another, we simultaneously reveal our rating cards.
The queens are tabulating.
Okay, are you ready?
All right, I think I'm ready.
Total score.
Oh, interesting. I know. I was like, I have 4 crowns up. Trey has 3 crowns up. I think I'm just like a softie when it comes to kids now because since I have like a niece and nephews, and I just felt like bad for this family and their experience. And I guess I wanted to validate the experience that they had, even though maybe they were coming in a little bit hot with the like, we are an elite Disney family and like, we are here to say something. But I did feel like I heard them, and I think I'm just becoming a softie in my tenure as a review queen. I've officially become the Paula. I started as like a Simon, Randy, now I'm the Paula. Why did you do 3?
So you'll never be able to be a judge on American Juniors if they ever bring that back.
I guess not. That's okay.
You can't criticize children. Okay,
True.
I said 3 crowns. It just feels middle to me.
Yeah.
Like I think that the points raised by Adventures W family are totally valid. It does feel a little specific. So I don't know that I don't know that the impact is that strong, other than when I go into the store, I'm going to have to be a little vigilant. But I think that's just being in a crowded place anywhere, especially
Right.
in Times Square. So, you know, I think that it like would be a distant memory in the back of my mind, but I don't think it would keep me from going to the store. And so for that reason, like, I'm sorry to, you know, baby Adventures W, but I'm sorry you got, you know, hit in the face, and I hope that you're okay.
I also feel like Adventures W family, just based on like their name alone, I feel like they must write a lot of reviews. And they also said they don't.
They've only had 4 contributions.
Oh, interesting. Because the first sentence was like, we love writing. We love writing positive reviews.
Well, maybe they are on Yelp or something, and they didn't do this. Maybe they left this on. Maybe they only opened a TripAdvisor account to write this
to write this review. Maybe. I feel like I gave Adventures W too high a score, but I think that
It's okay. You don't have to apologize, Paula. Just drink some more water.
All right. I think I'm dehydrated. Maybe.
All right. Well, let's take a break so that Chelsey can get hydrated. And when we come back, we'll get into Chelsey's review.
Woo.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I'm just so thirsty.
Hold your crown. We'll be right back.
Hi, Patreon viewers. Chelsey, say hi.
Oh, hi.
Okay.
Hi, Patreon viewers. Are we saying hi to the Patreon viewers?
No, I just because they're watching this unedited.
Oh, okay. Oh, great. Hi, Patreon viewers.
Freeze the screen and take a selfie with us.
Oh my God.
Okay. All right, we're back from that break, and just a little heads up, if you are not a part of our royal court on Patreon, you just missed out on some quality content, honeys. But anyway, right now it is game time, Chelsey. It's time to take a quick spin on the Meryl-Go-Round.
I don't feel like an icon. Most of the days I feel like I can't. That's with an A.
Okay, here's the deal. Trey and I have each picked a rotten, scathing, pithy 1-star zinger. And with 30 seconds on the clock, we'll take turns trying to recite the zinger in as many genres as possible.
Just like Queen Meryl, who does it all.
Before the clock runs out. All right, Trey had the first review, so I got the first zinger.
What is it, girl? Tell us.
All right, we're all dying to know. So I feel like a lot of my zingers, or this is the second one that's come from GNC, because I spend a little time on that website looking for things. And I'm also bad at taking vitamins. So I was looking for like a gummy vitamin version of this thing called resveratrol. It's an age revitalizing fruit chew. I don't know. Somebody told me that it was supposed to be good for my skin, but now I know I just need to drink water. So
you're so worried about your skin.
Save that money. Well, you know what? I think it's important. Like everyone always told me, knock on wood, that I had great skin my whole life. And I just think I took that for granted. So now I'm trying to be a little bit more on top of it. Anyway, this review is from Patty P. It is a 1-star review for these revitalizing fruit chews on GNC. And it says, taste crappy. Not tastes. Taste, singular. Taste crappy.
Oh, Patty P. That's such a great name.
Patty P. Taste crappy.
All right. I am ready to give you these genres. Are you ready?
What am I strapped into today, Trey?
Today, you are on a black beauty horse.
Oh my God. Nay.
Okay, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Did you brush the horse's mane?
Of course, always. You have to make sure. Otherwise, you don't want that mane to get matted.
No sudden movements or it'll get scared.
It's
3,
true.
2, 1, go!
WWE.
Taste crappy.
Spy.
Taste crappy.
Superhero.
Taste crappy.
TLC reality show.
Taste crappy.
Opera diva.
Taste crappy.
Auctioneer.
Taste crappy.
Magic show.
Taste crappy.
Breaking news.
That's all.
Okay. That was a lot, but that was a short one.
Okay, so you got 6, 7.
Wow. 7.
Really good.
That might be a personal best.
No, you got 8 the other day.
Oh, I did? Oh,
But maybe that was when we didn't include it.
maybe. Oh, well, whatever. Either way, I'm
I'm
pleased
proud of
with
you.
my score of 7. Thank you, Trey. And what is your 1-star zinger? Where's your 1-star zinger? Where's it from?
Okay, so my 1-star zinger today is from Apple Podcasts. It's for a podcast called Call Me Daddy.
Okay.
Have I done this before?
I don't think so. What is
No. So the subject is wow, 1 star, and the review is maybe the worst on-air talent I've ever heard.
Trey, this is a long one. You really gave yourself quite a challenge.
I know, but it is
Maybe-
just 1 sentence.
Cool. Maybe the worst.
On-air talent I've ever heard.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
2, 1, go!
Slapstick.
Maybe the worst on-air talent I've ever heard.
True crime. Doc.
Maybe the worst on-air talent I've ever heard.
Auctioneer.
Maybe the worst on-air talent I've ever heard.
Sports announcer.
Maybe the worst on-air talent I've ever heard.
Breaking news.
Maybe the worst on-air talent I've ever heard.
Lifetime.
Maybe the worst on-air talent I've ever heard.
Pop star. Oh,
That's all.
wow, Trey. That was great. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That means Chelsey's our winner.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, wait, I know why I didn't win. Because I never found out what I was writing.
Oh, well, I just assumed it was like I'm riding the black horse, you're riding the white horse. Sort of like a black swan, white swan moment.
Oh, that means you're evil.
Yes, that's why I won, because I
It's-
used sorcery.
You're so evil because you're dehydrated.
It's true. There's so many things that happen when you're dehydrated.
Review that review.
It's never going to get old for me. Okay. So we're back from the game break and now it's Chelsey's turn. Girlfriend, where's your
Yes.
review from this week?
Okay, so my review is from Amazon, and let me just pull it up for you. It is written by Anita J, and it is a 1-star review of Coastal Pet Safari. It's a dog dematting comb. Did look this up for personal use in case that's interesting to anybody. All right, here we go. This is Anita J. The subject is, we normally don't write reviews, and I would love to give this one, but due to ... We normally don't write reviews, and I would love to give this a good one, but due to being left-handed, we cannot. The instruction clearly states that if you're left-handed, to remove the bolt on the top and flip the blades. Easy, right? Wrong. What they lack to mention is that you need the assistance of the United States military to remove the bolt. We used every tool we have in our arsenal to attempt to remove and it is impossible to remove. We even stripped the bolt due to the amount of force used to try and remove it. If you're left-handed and are even thinking about purchasing this, please purchase a gym membership first or get the assistance of 2 bodybuilders to assist you, one to hold the handle and one to turn the bolt. Shame, we so wanted to try this. If the makers of this tool is reading this, please give the option for left-handed folks as attempting to flip to. If the makers of this tool is reading this, please give the option for left-handed folks as attempting to flip the blades is absolutely dangerous. I almost slipped a few times. Safari Pet Products, please tell us what we are doing wrong to flip it.
Anita J.
Anita J came to play.
I wonder if Anita J got to like apply for that college scholarship for left-handed students.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, so I was so jealous.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
I guess that's my right hand privilege.
It's true. I was thinking about that a lot. Like, truth be told, I bought this product immediately afterwards because I was like, I'm right-handed.
I'm right-handed, baby.
Sorry.
My mom was ambidextrous, and her teacher would hit her hand with a ruler whenever she would start to use her left. That's so crazy.
My grandmother had the same thing. It's not, they used to she was ambidextrous, but they made her write with her right hand.
I wish I was ambidextrous, but
I know that sounds nice.
Okay, Anita J. I'm just curious. Can it really be this difficult?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean,
she says Anita J says you need 2 bodybuilders, one to hold the damn thing and the other one to turn the bolt.
I mean, to me, that just means that it's not as it seems like Anita J bought this product and somewhere within the question, someone was like, I'm left-handed. What do I do? And someone must responded, or maybe they wrote in the thing, I didn't see it, that this is what you do. And it must just not be possible.
Wait, I'm confused. Is it a glove?
No, it's a comb. So it's I didn't know that there was left and right-handed comb. Again, right-handed privilege. Sorry. But I didn't know that there was a left comb and a right comb.
I didn't either.
But I guess there is. I don't know.
Okay, this whole time you were reading, I was picturing one of those gloves that you see on infomercials where it's like a glove. And I was like, oh, you just have to flip to the other side of the glove. But wait, so
I know
it's a comb.
It's a comb.
I guess that if you're coming at it from your left hand, the stroking is different, which is why you would have to switch the direction of the blades. Because if you're brushing with your right.
I mean, I'm glad you understand that. I think I'm still confused. I'm dropping a screenshot into the chat, Trey, so that you can see, and then
we'll have to put it on our Instagram.
Yeah, but it's what? Yeah, it's a comb.
Oh, but you see how? But
there's
that
a
is
screw
what
at the top.
Yeah, but you see how it's the blades are on the top.
Yeah,
it's it's like a flag. So only one side of the flag has the blades positioned to actually demat.
Right.
So I see if you were
left-handed, that makes sense. Then
yeah, you would have to hold it upside down. The
flag would be in the wrong direction. Okay.
Right.
Okay. And I do see that in the picture, it does kind of make it look like you could just unscrew the top. Right? There's a little screw on the top.
Yeah, the little bolt at the end.
Yeah, the little bolts at the end.
Wait. I'm just saying that this product is $12.49. Can't you just find a left-hand friendly version instead of trying to make this one work? I guess that is again privilege, but
I think it's our right hand privilege. I wonder how, if you're listening, listeners, and you're left-handed, I'm genuinely curious how many times you find a product that is not suited
Ooh.
towards you.
Me too.
And
Please,
are
please
there
call us.
Yeah, are there a plethora of left-handed products out there? Like, I don't think if I were a manufacturer and I was manufacturing this comb, maybe I wouldn't think that. Maybe I wouldn't think about that. I don't know.
No, it wouldn't have even occurred to me.
Yeah, which again, yeah, this is interesting because I think that if I were left-handed and I read this review, this would be like very useful to me. And I would be like, oh, I'm not going to buy it because I would be used to this.
Well, even the headline is like, I wish I could give this a review, but I can't because of who I am. And that is horrifying. I mean, that's horrifying.
Yeah, that's sad. It's true. It's sad when you think about it that way. Like, I'm sorry.
I think this is incredibly valuable. If I was left-handed, I mean, even for you as a right-hander, you were like, great, it doesn't affect me. Like, it is seeping with value.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking right now. 93 people found this helpful. So
and there's no like response.
There's no response.
It's that's a pretty damning review. If I was Safari, I would be very upset about this. I would send them a lifetime supply.
Yeah.
Of bodybuilders to help them switch the boat.
Right. Maybe that's what Anita J was going for. And if she was, I respect it.
Amen. No shame in your game. So I noticed a couple of times there were some spelling mistakes.
Yeah. There were definitely some like copy editing issues, misused words, things like that. That there
just
were
words left out.
Yeah, like words left out, like the wrong word and whatever. But like,
I definitely believe Anita in this. Like, I don't think that they're being shady or that they're lying or that they're a competitor. Like, I actually believe that this is a real experience.
Yeah, I believe Anita too. I also believe that Anita was serving us hyperbolic comedy here. And for that, I want to just give her a nod, It was funny. I mean, I like laughed at the bodybuilder stuff and like the get a gym membership, I thought it was
I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I didn't like the first joke about needing to be in the US military or whatever.
That was a little weird.
But
no, she said you need the assistance of the United States military.
Yeah, I think that could have been funnier, but I liked the bodybuilder visuals.
Maybe she should have workshopped the jokes.
But I appreciate that while being discriminated against, she's
still has a
Anita
sense of humor.
Is able to like try to spin some jokes. So that's good.
That's what I was getting at.
I mean, I wouldn't hang this on my fridge if this was my grandchild because it makes me feel like they're being discriminated against. And that makes me feel sad.
True.
But it's good that they're standing up for themselves.
I think so. I think Anita J is really standing up for the left-handed dog groomers of America.
If you are a left-handed dog groomer and you're listening to this, will you please leave us a voicemail? I'm so honestly, like Chelsey's request earlier, if you are left-handed or if you know someone who is, please have them leave us a voicemail about like commonplace left-hand discrimination because it never occurs to me.
Yeah. And I feel like when I do crown this, I'm going to have to crown it as if I were left-handed.
Ooh, interesting. Okay, well, let's crown it because I want to have that conversation. Are you ready?
Yes.
The queens are tabulating.
Okay.
All right.
I'm picking. Okay, I think I'm ready.
I think I'm ready too.
Total score.
Okay, queens are unanimous. We're both giving 4 crowns to Anita. Trey, tell us why you gave Anita J 4 crowns.
It's really challenging for me because I didn't want to be coming from a place of privilege on this conversation, but I am. So I'm just going to honor the fact that I have right-hand privilege. And I gave it 4 crowns because I think it's a pretty excellent point. And I just didn't give it 5 because it kind of upsets me.
Okay.
Like I actually feel badly for Anita J that they were discriminated against. So
yeah. And that's like maybe like impacting, like maybe you're not even remembering why you went to Amazon now.
Well, I just think that like there needs to be a higher level of entertainment in order to be 5 crowns in my assessment. So to me, I just gave 4 because I think this is a valid problem, but I don't know the percentage of people in the world that are left-handed. So I do think that it doesn't matter to certain population. So 4 crowns. What about you?
I gave the 4 crowns. I took off a crown for the spelling and grammar and the copy editing. I also took off part of that, lack of the 5 crowns was, the entertainment. I wasn't like bowled over like I was for that, giant ball review that
was
had
bowling
me
people over
in stitches. So I wasn't in stitches, but I did appreciate the effort and the ability for Anita to, in a way, through her humor, make light of something that seemed like pretty traumatic for her. And I want to say maybe even triggering. Yeah. So because of that, and because if I were left-handed and I read this, I would be like, oh, I'm really glad I know I should search elsewhere. I think it was a really, effective review from Anita. And Anita, with lots of respect for you and all of the times you struggle because you're a left-handed person, I'm going to award you 4 crowns.
Excellent.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we did it. We've reached the most regal portion. Okay, let's do this. Is that where we are?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, my queens, we've reached the most regal portion of our show. Who are you inducting, Trey, for?
My Royal Highness.
Okay, so today I am going to induct a thing once again, but I found the inventor. So today, my Royal Highness is something that I think is very frequently overlooked, not acknowledged, and not thanked and valued. Today, I am inducting ice.
Ice.
ICE. Ice.
Okay.
So I was raised in the South as a Southerner, and there is nothing better than iced sweet tea. Now, I am married to a Yankee who was raised in New Jersey, and I have learned many things in this pairing. But one of the first things I noticed is that there is a different relationship to ice and to iced drinks.
Yes.
I also am obsessed with coffee, and I love an iced coffee. And I am inducting ice as my Royal Highness because I feel like no one stops to like value this natural thing that lowers the temperature, especially in the summer. Like, this is so fabulous. And a man named Frederick Tudor in the early 1800s is the person that was named the Ice King. And
I love how much research you did for this. I just want to give you a nod.
Because I know it's a very silly thing to induct, but I actually like it like I have to have ice. When we got this house, the fact that I had a fridge with an ice maker was like revelatory to me because I can't consume any beverage if it doesn't have ice in it. I mean, I guess like maybe a glass of wine, but
I like things cold.
Like, imagine having champagne that was hot.
Terrible.
Horrifying. And refrigerators are an updated version of an ice box.
True.
So Frederick Tudor, you are my inductee for my Royal Highness. I hope you didn't do anything problematic, but I really appreciate that you did create ice because it is something that truly makes my life better every day. And everyone lift up, except for Chelsey because she's dehydrated, lift up your glass of iced beverage right now and we'll do a cheers. Just to you, Frederick Tudor.
Frederick Tudor, ice baby. I mean, thank you. Thank you for that wonderful induction, Trey.
Thank you. Now, Chelsey, who are you inducting for my Royal Highness today?
That's a good question. So today I am inducting Jessica Yellen. She is at Jessica Yellen on Instagram. For those of you that don't know, now you know. Jessica Yellen, she's a former CNN chief White House correspondent, and she does something called News Not Noise. And she is amazing. She gives you all the information. I mean, listen, everybody gets news from different sources. So I'm not gonna speak for everyone. I'll speak for myself. She gives me all the news that I want to know in a concise way that is interesting and effective. And she just like pivoted to this Instagram news angel, and so many people like myself benefit from the things that she teaches us in such a like non-pedantic kind of way, just in a very pedestrian way. I feel like she allows me to understand things that I might not understand otherwise. And Jessica Yellen, you're a news queen. You're my Royal Highness. And if you guys don't follow her and you're interested in that kind of thing, check her out at Jessica Yellen.
Beautiful. I love this.
Yes,
What?
me too.
Wait, I don't think I said the word this correctly. Like, I think my tooth got stuck on my lip.
Okay.
I love this.
I love this too. This is great. This is my favorite part of the show.
Listener voicemail.
You guys, we're
Oh
not
my
done
God.
yet. We have a very special edition of listener voicemail. I'm just gonna start playing it. And Chelsey,
Okay.
we will listen and talk. You ready?
Yes.
Hey, Queens. My name is David, and I would like to lodge a complaint.
Okay.
So this is my husband.
Oh, this is David. Okay.
So this is David B.
Yes.
So I just had to like be transparent about that. So
Okay.
So my complaint that is being lodged is against rental car companies that take your reservation online, give you a confirmation number, say, we're all set, we have your rental car for you, here's your reservation and your confirmation number, and then you arrive there and they don't have a car for you. And they just tell you, sorry, we don't have enough cars, we're not honoring your reservation. This happened to me, and it was honestly infuriating because, you know, what happened after I made my reservation and got my confirmation number? I stopped looking for other rental cars or any way to get where I was going. I just thought, I have my thing. I'm good. I'm set. And then
crazy.
That's out of control.
Have you ever
Wrong.
heard of this happening?
I wonder if he arrived late or something. I mean, either way, it's disgusting, but I haven't really heard of this happening.
It might be a pandemic situation. I'm not sure
Maybe.
about that, but okay, we'll keep going.
Still.
there, they don't have a car, and now I'm scrambling. I have my luggage. I'm thinking I'm going to pick up my car and leave, and there's no cars. And so what I ended up doing is finding a stranger who was going the same way that I was, and she drove me 4 hours in her car. And I actually would like to induct her to be my Royal Highness because she was amazing. We had a great trip. She also picked up another stray who couldn't get her car from the rental company. So the story kind of has a happy ending, but this is my big complaint. It's okay if you don't have enough cars. I know it's after COVID, like people are traveling again now more than they were during COVID. And so if you have a rental car shortage, that's fine, but don't take my reservation. Know your inventory.
Agree.
Have your system figured out so when I try to make a reservation, it'll say, sorry, we can't give you a reservation. We don't have enough cars online, so that I can then look for other ways to get there and I won't just be kind of feeling screwed over in the moment. That's my complaint. Thank you, Queens.
Wow. I'm hearing you, David. First of all, I was really scared when he said he took a ride from a random stranger.
Thank you for saying that, because I listen to too many murder podcasts.
Yeah.
I would never do that. Are you kidding me? Did we learn nothing from the 70s other than you do not hitchhike?
Agreed. So I'm so glad that it turned out well and that this person ended up being a good Samaritan and a queen. But I was a little bit nervous for David when he told me that. But like beyond that, which is like, I understand desperate times, I guess, but like ridiculous. How could they do that? You don't give someone a confirmation number if you can't deliver.
Yeah. And this was apparently happening to a lot of people, that they just like,
they picked up another stray. I love how he said that.
Stray. That is very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would think they would have a list of an inventory and you would know not to give a reservation. Who knows?
Yeah.
David B.
We're
so sorry
you.
that happened to you. I appreciate that you made a Royal Highness out of a lodging of a complaint. That says so much about who you are.
Yes.
Thank you for leaving us a voicemail.
And also just like quick shout out since we're here and like I've thought about giving David my Royal Highness a few times and maybe I still will. But if you've seen any of our beautiful photos on Instagram or elsewhere, just know that David is responsible for that. He's a fantastic photographer and obviously Trey loves him, but I love him too.
Aw, yes,
Yes.
very nice. This is not an ad, but he is a wedding photographer and you can follow him at David Perlman, Perl photography.
Yes,
And
as you should.
I did not solicit that complaint. He wanted to give the complaint. So
Yes, everybody, please give us your complaints. I would love to hear them.
and the left-hand people, please.
Please let us. And also I'm so glad that you said that because I just realized that there was like a gaping thing that I forgot to mention about Angela and I can't, or sorry, not Angela. And what is wrong with me? I can't
You're
get
dehydrated.
I'm dehydrated. Let me drink. But I wanted to say something else about Anita J that made her like kind of a queen. Did you notice that she used the royal we throughout her entire review?
What is that? Not linguistics. That's like what's that word?
What?
It's like the power of persuasion or it's a Barbara Corcoran quote. Perception creates reality.
Yeah. So like maybe I think of Anita as a queen because she just showed up with that royal we.
I mean, you're gonna get me on your side if you say we, then I think it's me.
Yes.
That's power.
That is power.
That's queendom.
Yes, that's queendom. Anita J. All right.
Well, we did it, my queen. Another round on the RU and RQ Ferris wheel.
Wow, we just keep coming up with new nicknames for things. We'll find something eventually. Thank you guys so much for joining us. If you like what you heard, please tell a friend.
If you didn't like what you heard, please tell an enemy. If you want to be like David B, hit up our voicemail box. It's 1-850-REVIEW-0. You can read us a review, or you can lodge a complaint, or you can induct someone for your Royal Highness.
Yes, you could also follow us on all the socials at The Review Queens, and I'm at Chelsey BD, Chelsey with a Y.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
No. And I'm at Chelsey BD, that's Chelsey with a Y.
And I'm Trey with 2R. What? The way you said that, I wanted to sing Chelsey with a B, but because why? What is that song?
Liza? Is it like Liza
with a Z, but not Lisa with an I can't believe I didn't know that and you just corrected me. Okay. And I'm at Trey Gerrald. That's with 2 R's. It's a long story. Become a member of the Royal Court by joining our Patreon at patreon.com/reviewthatreview. We have 3 levels depending on the depth of your pockets, queens. So our entry level, I have to say this all again.
It's fine.
Become a member of the Royal Court by joining our Patreon at patreon.com/reviewthatreview. We have 3 levels depending on the depth of your pockets, queens. Our entry level starts at only $5 a month.
That's true. That's like the price of one coffee at Starbucks, right? I don't know.
Could be iced.
It should be iced. Let's be honest.
No, those are like $6.
Especially in the summer. All right. You can also watch live clips from our recording sessions on YouTube.
And remember,
ignore the haters. You're a queen.
Gender non-specific queen.
Of course. Bye.
Bye. Chelsey, drink your water.
Thank you.
Review That Review is an independent podcast. Certain names have been redacted or changed to protect the guilty. Executive produced by Trey Gerrald and Chelsey Donn, with editing and sound design by me, with voiceover talents by Eva Kaminsky. Our cover art was designed by LogoVora, and our theme song was written by Joe Kinosian and sung by Natalie Weiss.
Oh my god, it's a Karen!
All right.
All right.